All right, ladies and gentlemen, the spoiler season is officially over. We've spoiled all the cards that we're going to spoil. I guess we've seen all the cards that they're going to spoil. Legend Story Studios is going to spoil. And now we have the most painful couple of days wait before we actually get the product in front of us and we all have the opportunity to like see it, see what the set plays like, you know, like play with the cards ourselves, go to pre-release events if you're lucky enough to have a pre-release near you. I hope you are. And it's just it's so weird that we had like this 2-week just constant, we're just gonna see a new card today, who's gonna release a video, who's gonna post this new card, this new spoiler, and now we just don't have that. It's almost like we've kind of hit this little flat plateau of like excitement. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to feel that way because not every card is spoiled. The way LSS does this is, I think, very, very smart. They don't spoil every card. What they do is they spoil most cards, and then they leave a few little nuggets just tucked in there that you don't know about until you actually sit down to play a sealed event, to play a draft event, to play a pre-release or a like release day event. And it's in those moments where you discover things like the Fabled card of the set, or something weird like in Crucible of War when they spoiled or I guess when we discovered that there was an extended art version of Twinning Blade that was foil. Cards like that just show up. And I think they've taken it a step further with this set, and I'll show you why. And I'll show you why you still have a ton to be excited about going into the drop of this set. Before I do, though, I'm going to turn off the patrons. Sorry, patrons. Don't mean to turn you off. But then I'm going to turn off the sub goal. Before I do, look at that number. Like 2 days ago, that number was like 70 lower. And I am absolutely flabbergasted. I have no idea that number would grow like that. I'm very thankful. If you have come and pressed the little red button to support this channel, you're an amazing person. You just need to know that. You're an absolutely amazing person, and I'm thankful for you. Coming on over here. Hey, so this is what I want to talk about. This is the booster list. This is like a card gallery. You can find it on Fab TCG. It's nothing special. Like I don't have this, like I didn't create this. This is on their website. You can go look at it all you want, and I highly recommend that you do. Because these cards are fantastic to look at. But as you see, there's cards that are still unknown, and I'm not sure if I click this, will it, yeah, there we go, there's my cursor. There are cards that are unknown, like this card right here, and so on and so forth. So we're going to look at these slots, and we're going to just see what we don't know, and maybe kind of make some guesses as to what we still have to see. Starting with this card in the Light Illusionist slot, it's very possible that this is a second weapon for the Illusionist class, like a Light Illusionist weapon. And why do I say that? Well, if we scroll down past all of the Illusionist cards, the Light Illusionist cards, and into Light Warrior, this is where they slot Raiden Duskbane in, okay? And if we scroll past him, past the Light cards, I'm sorry if this makes you nauseous, I'll try to go slower. Slow and steady. Into the, no, past the Illusionist stuff. Into the, well, no, past the Warrior stuff too. Into the Shadow Brute. We did it. We made it down here. In the Levia kind of slot, we have Levia's Majestic Weapon. Okay, so that's 2 Majestic Weapons in this, you know, slot, in this, like, row at the beginning of their, you know, set, whatever, at the beginning of their card pool. And then again, we see it here in Galaxy Black. But this is not a Majestic. This is a common. But it's a weapon still, which is interesting. And then if we scroll down, and I'm pretty sure it's in the Shadow. I think they put it in the Shadow slot. Did they? Or no, they just put it in like the Runeblade one right here. So there's a Runeblade weapon that is a Majestic. And it's right here, this Dread Scythe, okay? So we have this idea that all classes, and there's the Ravenous Meat Axe common, all classes are going to get a common and a Majestic weapon. And we know this because there's the common for the Warrior. We don't know it, but we can surmise. There's the common for the Illusionist, but we don't have a Light Illusionist weapon. Look, we have a Majestic for the Light Warrior, but no Light Illusionist weapon here. So it's really interesting. This is kind of uncharted territory because this is a brand new set to the game, and it being a brand new class that you can play as, It's like, are they going to introduce two weapons? It would make the most sense for them to introduce two weapons, because if you have access to two different weapons, then therefore you'd be able to kind of build your deck in multiple different ways. And the card pool for Illusionist, again, being a new class to the game, does appear to be varied in a couple of different ways to do different things. Right? There's ways for you to kind of play the long game. There's ways for you to kind of play more aggressively with things like Glisten that allow you to make all of your auras, or just put tokens on your auras, not all of them, just some of them. And so there's ways to kind of tool it to different ideas. And it is, if you look at the just the illusionist weapons, like there's Go Tall things like Phantasmify that are very powerful, and just playing any of these are very powerful. And so with that understanding that they've made the card pool what appears to be pretty flexible for a couple of different play styles, it would also make sense that they make a second weapon that is flexible for allowing you to play several different play styles, not just in limited, but also in Blitz and Classic Constructed. So this is a really exciting slot. I really want to know what this card is, because if it's another weapon for Illusionist that's being hidden, that could be very exciting. I think that's really, really exciting. Let's look at the next holes, the next set of holes. These are probably not much. I would imagine that these are just rares. Let's just kind of compare. Let's see. Rare. Here we go. Well, this is kind of a hard one to use as a comparison. We have 3 rares that are sort of part of a set. We have a cycle of rares, and then we have a rare standing by itself as Herald of Judgment. That was a Prism specialization. So you can't really learn stuff from that. We have 3 Majestics outside of the possible weapon slot. Here we show 3 Majestics. We're just going to assume that this is another set of rare cards. That might be really cool. But we know that we already have access to this set of rares, the Valiant Thrust, so we can just expect that this is a set of 3 rares in a cycle. This is probably just a set of commons, so I'm not too excited about those. Though, anything that's exciting, or anything that does put stuff in the soul, or is just a cheap attack, could be really exciting. So these slots are most likely just commons, and then a rare cycle. But then we come to something we don't know a lot about. All of these Majestic area light slots are very intriguing. And then this one, I feel as though this slot right here could be another piece of light equipment. Let's double check. If we go down to the shadow, I'm just curious about this, because it feels like that's where they would put that, right? If we go down to the shadow section, oh yeah, see the card we spoiled is sitting right there. It's a legendary shadow equipment. Very interesting. Okay, and this is another thing. We know of 1, 2, 3 legendaries. We know of the 4th legendary here, which is Valiant Dynamo. And then I don't think we know the other 2 legendaries. Do we know the other 2 legendaries? Am I blanking on one? I should probably go a little slower. I hadn't thought about this until this video. So it's very possible that we see a legendary light equipment here. We could also see a legendary illusionist equipment right here. Those are very interesting, very exciting ideas. Because again, I'm pretty sure it's this slot, or maybe it's not. Let's double check. No, they put it in right here, but that's because the 2 weapons take up that slot. And then you had legendary and common equipment there. Weapon, legendary, common. So there's a real possibility that we have a legendary illusionist and a legendary light equipment that are just waiting in the wings. In fact, that's a certainty, right? Why have I not heard anybody else talking about this? Who's not hyped to see 2 legendaries we've never seen before? Oh my goodness, my hype level just went way up. And then on top of that, we have some more Majestics in the light class that we haven't seen yet either. Oh man, and how many are we missing? 1, 2, and this is probably a cycle of something because it's a group of 3. So we have 2 other Majestics we haven't seen. That would give you 1, 2, 3, 4 light Majestics, which I believe matches the shadow stuff down here, right? Let's go all the way down to shadows. Shadow Runeblade. Shadow. Well, see, they're kind of weird because they have legendary instance. Majestic, Majestic, Majestic. Yeah, and we don't know this Majestic on the Shadow either. Guys, there's so much still that, like, could happen. It's crazy to see. This is a Majestic, and then we have a cycle right here, it looks like, of rares. It could not be a cycle, but it looks like it slots in nicely to be a cycle because these two are specializations, which is kind of a weird way to slot it, but it definitely throws you off the scent. Then the Shadow thing, we have another cycle here and another cycle here. They did, I mean, I'm making this currently while they're doing a pre-release stream on the official LSS like Flesh and Blood YouTube channel, and they did talk about there being a new set of, what do they call it, Iron Hide equipment. So if you didn't watch that, you could probably go back to their channel, youtube.com/ I think it's like Flesh and Blood, Fab TCG, I don't know what they called it, but they have an iron, they have a stream going, and they have Iron Hide equipment, which I guess we would imagine would slot in right here. But look at this, there's so many other like cards that we haven't seen in the generic slots. There's so much that they could do here with generics that we don't even realize yet. There are so many things they could fit into these generic slots, and they showed a couple while I was watching. They showed a couple, what is this? That's probably just the Fabled floating off by itself, right? They put the Fabled at the end. I don't know, usually they come at the very end and they like put a little Fabled like name plate, and then they put the Fabled picture right there. I think that's how they do it. There's so many little slots tucked in here. And you know, this is the really interesting thing about pre-release too, is because all of these generic slots, because you can't just go and look at them and sort of study them, you don't exactly always know what you're getting yourself into until you look at every card that you have access to. And that's really exciting to me. Like, is this just another generic equipment? Is there like a special generic equipment right here? That's really intriguing. I am so... Oh my god, it needs to hurry up, man. We need to hurry up and get these cards because I just want to know what's in the rest of this set. There's going to be Majestics that we haven't seen before that could change the way that we look at a class, or at least tweak it. Oh, this is crazy. Like, this is a Majestic. We don't know what this is. This is a Shadow Brute Majestic. It's crazy, guys. Just, okay, go to this website. Just go to Fab TCG. Go to the card galleries section, and then just go look at all of these cards. Go look at all of them, and then I want you to make your predictions to what we're going to see for like a light legendary, or what are we going to see for a, you know, like up here, a second weapon for a light illusionist. What are we going to see? I want to know what you think in a comment below. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you enjoy this excitement leading towards the pre-release of this new set. I'm absolutely loving it. I can't wait any longer. It needs to just hurry up. It's Wednesday night, and I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs. It's like, come on, man. Come on. Anyway, hey, if you guys enjoy this video, if you want to see more of this stuff, I'm going to try streaming a pre-release on Sunday about noonish. I'm going to take my stuff. We're going to go to a pre-release, set it up, see if we can get a signal going and stream for you. If you want to see that stream, hit the like and the subscribe button on this video. Leave me a comment telling me you want to see me stream that, and I'll see what I can do, set it up with you. There's going to be some really good players there, some fantastic people. We're just going to have a good time. If you want to join me, hit the subscribe button, make that number go to the other number, and then I'll bring you along with me in my computer. You can just hang out with me in my computer. As always, everybody, thanks for watching.